Hi Taurus, welcome to the full moon reading. This is the full moon in, my hands are so cold. Full moon reading in Cancer on January 17th. It's 6:38 p.m. Eastern time, so you might want to check what your time zone represents. I am going to cleanse the space here a little bit. I've done quite a few readings, and let me say the full moon in Gemini is definitely, excuse me, wow, I said full moon in Gemini. Full moon in Cancer, you might want to check the full moon in Gemini when that time frame comes, has offered a life lesson in every single one of the readings so far. Now, the reason I say this is we're talking about a full moon, which is release in and of itself. We always release and let go in the full moon. This is Cancer, so it's emotional, it's nurturing, it's love energies. Whatever you might have manifested or put out there as an intention in the new moon in Cancer in July would be coming to fulfillment or fruition in this time frame. We're also dealing with Mercury retrograde, and that's the reason why I bring up about all the life lessons. There has been a great deal of energy that is working with life lessons, karma, past things coming up that we might need to let go of. And most of it has been with self, because we're nurturing its heart energy. Might be things where we didn't feel like we were good enough. So we're going to see where this goes. But let me tell you something. It has been some powerful, powerful energies so far. I'm going to use a little oil again. So this is a little love oil that I use at different times when I'm called to it. But since we are in the nurturing time, Venus is retrograde, Cancer moon with the emotions and the feels. Some of the rituals that you can do for full moon, if you don't have any, is to, for that nurturing, is to take a bath, sit, a shower, something that's relaxing, throwing in petals, oils, crystals. Now, even though it's full moon and selenite, for those who know, you're not going to want to use selenite in the tub because it will disintegrate. I would suggest rose quartz or clear quartz or amethyst perhaps, or gentle healing crystals and energies. Rose quartz in particular is what I'm really called to right now. This oil has a heavy rose base to it. I know we're coming into the month of love in February, and despite all that commercialization, wow, say that 3 times real fast, there is energy there for love, not only love of another, but love of self, most important, and love of the universe, community, collective. So we're going to see what the Moonology deck and the full moon in Cancer has for our Taurians. Please remember, this is a general read. It will not resonate for everyone. It's not one-to-one. You can check on your rising, your moon sign, which you should definitely do in any moon cycle. And then also Venus, if this doesn't seem like what you're working with for whatever reason. Welcome to my channel, it's CJ. I didn't say that yet. Thank you. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. I love that. I want to say your earth sign, Capricorn, your sister sign might have received that card too. You may want to check Capricorn, or if you have placements there. I'm going to pull 3 cards from Moonology, and then we are going to get further energies with the Art of Manifestation. Wow, believe in the impossible. Look, another full moon that's a blue moon. This is the 13th moon in a month. Excuse me, 2nd moon in a month. It can also be a 13th moon. Maybe the number 13 has something for you, because the stuff I'm channeling, so I'm an intuitive channeler, reading the cards as messages from spirits. No, you didn't want to come. So my mind can be delayed. Let's put it that way, because it's in 2 spaces. I thought, oh yeah, I can do this. I do this all the time. No, it's not really easy. Nothing is yet set in stone with the mutable. Your commitment is being tested. but a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. There's that balance. Because the blue moon with believe in the impossible. Conclusions are within reach, but yet nothing is yet set in stone. What's going on? Your commitment is being tested. Maybe you're wavering because you're fighting up against retrogrades, Mercury, etc. That'll be in, it actually will be Mercury retrograde in this full moon. It's shadow period now when I'm doing this. But, you know, we like a win-win. Will work out for everybody. Okay. Wow. Even the impossible. Full moon eclipse too. You know, check out that full moon eclipse, see what sign it's in. I don't have my moon thing up for me right now. But whatever it is that you're working with in your life, or you're thinking of, or those intentions that you're setting. I mean, in this case, with the full moon, it's the first card out. We are talking about full moons and releasing things coming to an ending. So, you know, if there's a situation that's happening for you that you're waiting to see if it's actually going to end, I feel the universe, full moon is telling you, yeah, it is going to end. Leadership. Okay, thank you. The card wanted to flip and I stopped it, so that's why I pulled it. Let's see what else you have. You've got some moon wants to speak to you, Taurus. Okay, thank you. The bigger picture. Wow. Believe in the impossible. Bigger picture. And look, the colors of the cards are almost exactly the same. I love when that happens. Okay. All right. With all this other energy here, let's see. I'm not as fast. My hands are freezing. I'm in my big fisherman sweater here. It's winter where I am, and it's like 19 degrees. I'm in a basement because it is the weekend when I'm doing this. So, you know, there's a lot of noise upstairs. So I wanted to be in a good space for you all. And let's just say this tea isn't keeping me warm. So bear with me. Persevere. Nothing is yet set in stone. Persevere. Yes. I'm going to see if there's another energy with this. And then I'll tell you what the moon is telling you. Right? Let's see. I figured there was more intention. And you've done nothing wrong. Okay. Your commitment being tested. Nothing is yet set in stone. Intention. 42. All right, thank you. So let's get into this, okay? Conclusions are within reach with that full moon eclipse. This is a separate, specific reading to the full moon that's happening right now. It's not the energy of the rest of the cards. This is about now, in now time, that you're, you know, waiting for something to wrap up, finish, and it is happening. And the leadership card says, we all lead by example, our words and actions presenting a role model to everyone that we come into contact with. This card asks you to take an ownership of your personal leadership qualities and to align your thoughts, words, and actions with everything that you wish to see in the world. Now, conclusions are within reach. Are you the person that's not allowing this conclusion to happen? Do you need to take a step towards this conclusion to make it happen, make it so, wrap it up? Whether it's a project, a relationship, a move, you know, whatever that might be in your life, whatever the situation is, taking down holiday decorations, nobody wants to do it, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to have to step up and do this on my own. Now that's a lighthearted version of this, but sometimes we just have to do it. You know, that's what the universe and this full moon is telling you at this time. This other energy where you have like 4 cards, excuse me, believe in the impossible, which is such a beautiful message. It's, you know, that's our inner child. That's our ultimate spiritual I am presence. You know, everything can be, will be, law of attraction, manifestation, whatever it is that you want. But when you're a child, and this just came to me, when you are a kid and you have that great imagination and you're, making toys out of sticks and stones and you're creating such beautiful scenarios to run around with your friends in, or even with yourself, the world is everything. The universe is everything. There's no limitation, none. I just feel like you're tapping into that, or there's energy around you in this full moon for you back to tap back into that wonder and that belief. The bigger picture. Sometimes, particularly during times of accelerated growth, we feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods for the trees. This card asks you to stand back to see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and you will soon regain clarity. Wow. Again, believing in everything, right? You get caught up in the minutia, in the micro, instead of seeing the macro. And in the full moon, the world is lit up. Everything is touched by the light of the full moon. So there's so much that you can tap into in completing, right? But in this case, and also in nurturing, And this is talking about in growth and spiritual growth. It can be personal growth. You could be releasing anything that's holding you back, as far as knowing that you have particular gifts, so that you're waking up to realizing there's a different world out there for you, whatever way that's manifesting. Yeah, nothing's impossible. Tap into that inner child of wonder. I love that. So, here we go. We have some things happening here. You have your commitment is being tested in the first quarter moon. Nothing is yet set in stone in the mutable moon. I will look up the mutable moon for you, could get some of those bullet points that are mentioned in the Moonology card. But you're being told to persevere, to keep going. Don't give up. That's what you're getting the same card in both decks. Your commitment is being tested. Maybe check what happens, or what is happening in the first quarter moon for you. With nothing being set in stone, I mean, you may be thinking that, this just isn't going to happen for me, right? This just isn't going to work. Things aren't going to work out in my favor, whatever. There might be a little self-doubt talk there. Something might have been a hiccup, particularly because of Mercury retrograde, whatever planets are retrograde at the time. But we have Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. So you might be self-doubting. You might be saying, no, this isn't going to happen. Things might have had the hiccup. There might have been a delay in communication. And that's where you're being told to persevere, and your commitment is being tested. Is this really what you want? Is this, the best for you? Now, a win-win outcome is forecast. And you're being told to persevere, that you've done nothing wrong. Set your intentions, right? So I'll read these as well. But for right now, this mutable moon, I know that the best will unfold for me. Yes, it will. Because you've been told so, right? We know that energy is there for you. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Little by little, things happen. Mercury retrograde comes, the communication fails, something doesn't go exactly the way, contract doesn't look the right way, the job offer doesn't come through in that time frame, whatever. Persevere. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Yes, make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? Time to focus. There's the intention card. Stay with it, whatever it means to you, right? Mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. So you might have some of those people around you in this time. Mutable signs are ones that are able to go with the flow. And sometimes it can also be that you don't make a decision because you're like, hey, something else might happen, right? But whatever you set out, whatever your bigger picture is, whatever those intentions were that you may have set in the new moon, in the moon in Cancer back in July, at the new year, you're being told to persevere. Who would have thought that a humble acorn could grow into a mighty oak tree? But of course, this takes time. Whatever you are involved in, this card is a message of reassurance. Your hard work and continued effort and dedication will come to fruition. You are asked to persevere and trust. Those intentions that you set, your thought processes. Intention is a focused thought. Prayer is a focused thought. Worry is also a focused thought. Notice the predominant thoughts that you hold in your mind, because these are actually sending a request into the universe. If necessary, consciously adjust your thinking patterns, right? Nothing is set in stone yet. You might be wobbling. You might be thinking things, stop. Communication, Gemini, might be getting in your head. Commitments being tested. There might be a few things to see if you really want this. If it's really not meant for you, a redirection will come. But the full moon energy that you have in Cancer is that it is meant for you. The win-win outcome is here. You've done nothing wrong. If for whatever reason you're thinking that it's you, it's not. Whatever's taken place was out of your control and out of your hands. This card asks you to let go of any feelings of guilt or personal blame. Things were not your fault. You've done nothing wrong, right? So the ultimate anchor is that win. Believing in the impossible, seeing the bigger picture. There is something that happens here that causes you to second guess, your intentional thought. You were so motivated by this big picture and believing in the impossible that you started to second guess maybe your thoughts, maybe a situation occurred. The universe says, are you sure you want this? And a little challenge has been thrown in your way. Sometimes those are delays, and sometimes those are ways to make you think, is this something that I really want? But once you've committed to this, you persevere. You're being told to persevere. You're being told you've done nothing wrong. You're also being told to keep your thoughts positive, because you will get tested. Something will test you to make sure that this win is balanced and fair. And since it's Libra and balanced and fair, if you're working with other people, a team, a family, it's going to work out for the best for everyone. And so your commitment might be tested to say, hey, this isn't about you. This is about all, the win for all. And again, another life lesson. It isn't as deep, but it is about your thoughts. Now, earth energy, grounding with your Taurus energy, but this has a lot of air energy with Libra being here. There is no other sign other than the mutable signs here that, again, Gemini, Sagittarius, trying to think, Virgo. It's an earth sign for you, I believe, is mutable. But in this case, it's reminding you that your thought processes are what you're being tested on. Don't get in your own head. Don't think you did anything wrong just because there's been a hiccup in the process. The universe has slowed things down. Mercury has slowed things down. It's a way for you to check and make sure, it's not set in stone. So go back, look at things again, make sure they are right. Dot the I's, cross the T's. Persevere, keep working toward it. The goal is in sight, and it's a win-win goal for everyone. But your lesson is not to immediately react to a hiccup, a challenge, a delay. Many times the universe has to delay things just to get people in places and things in place to be able to have your manifestations come to fruition. Things don't just happen on a dime. You have to put people and places and energy in place to make this happen for everyone. That requires faith, allowing of the universe. It will work out. Watch your thoughts so you don't redirect this energy. Don't second guess yourself, but persevere, because you're going in the right direction here. What a beautiful, beautiful message. Again, another little life lesson. We're all getting these little karmic and life lessons. And let's see. Follow the voice of your soul. There's that believe in the impossible with our star ancestors. You know, if you're a star seed, you might want to check out those messages for the new year. There might be something in there for you. But, you know, you're seeing the bigger picture. You're looking at the macro. You're believing whatever you're starting here in this energy. Believe in it. You know, this is full moon to full moon energy. So you might be dealing with this. It's only 30 days, you know, ish when you're looking at it. But this energy is here for you to tap into, and it can carry on much longer. But primarily these readings are 30 days. You know, this is the time where you set those intentions, you believe, you set a plan, you're moving forward. It's a short period of time to keep your thoughts pure and to remember it's about the bigger picture, not the smaller. Follow the voice, have faith. See beyond your current situation. Yeah, commitment being tested, and nothing is yet set in stone with the seer. Keep the big picture in mind. Look at that, you know, another big, huge orb there with the full moon. You know, see beyond the current situation. See the bigger picture. I mean, the cards are saying what they're saying. They're just reiterating this energy for you. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. How beautiful. Cancer, nurturing energy, Cups energy. This is, you've done nothing wrong. Your intention with your emotions. Don't let the, you know, don't get stubborn. Don't think, oh gosh, this just isn't going to work out for me. You know, connect with those emotions, release them. No, it's not your fault. Keep on that path. Have faith. Don't give up, Taurus. Don't give up. Wow. I feel like you're so close to some kind of major epiphany in your life. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Okay, so this can be something and you've done nothing wrong. Sometimes we have the voice of the past. It's not quite going right, and we hear mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, brother, sister, friends, you know, peers saying, hey, it's because of you. You did this. You did that. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. If you had done that, you know, I told you. Let that go. Let any ancestral patterns that you have, you know, when you're in your intentions and you're tapping into this, you know, I felt this inner child and the belief in the impossible. You know, whether you were building a little spaceship out of a cardboard box and you believed it would fly and they were, you know, laughing at you, whatever it might have been, you know, whatever your goal, dreams, your playtime said to you, and somebody chastised you for it, or your ancestors, you know, it's been like, no, our family has never done this. You know, your grandfather, great-great-great-grandmother tried it, but it didn't work, right? It's not meant for us. Let that go. We're here to heal those ancestral patterns, to break those bonds. It's not easy work to let go of all of this. It takes some time. You might want to seek out a healer. You might want to seek out somebody that can help you do past life regression. You might want to just write down and let go at this full moon. Things that have been said to you that have held you back, that have made you feel like you were doing it wrong. Because you did nothing wrong. Do not accept that shame. Do not accept that blame. Let go of any feelings of that might have come from these ancestors. And that could be what you're feeling. It might not even be you. It can be something that just comes up because in that DNA, in that energy that you've carried, your ancestors are with you always. And they lead you on to great paths and many great gifts and things. But they can also have bonds, that contracts and things that are past karma and things that you've agreed to that you need to let go. You know, It's really hard to be the change, in your family. If you're waking up, if you're choosing a different path, if you're coming out, if you're, whatever it might be in your world that you're, ascending to a new energy, it's not easy to release and be the first or someone in your pattern that has to cut the cords that have been holding you and holding your family back. Some people will agree to that. Some people won't. Right? They need to stay in their 3D world because that's the path that they're on. You can't change them, but you can love them, forgive them, and let it go. Write those things down that you may have heard as a child or as a person, as an adult. Write them down, as I was just saying with Aries. Write them down and then burn them. Take time to reflect. Yeah, reflect on this. Oh, and another. Shift your perspective. Well, we're just getting a lot of this air energy here. Shift your perspective. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. All of these perception. Shift your perception. See from a higher perception. So if you have air signs, Taurus, if you're on a cusp with Gemini, also, that could have a lot of energy with that. And healing, be open to healing information. Water guardian, connect with your emotions. I feel like this is, I said at the beginning, there's a lot of work that's happening here. That's past life work, that's ascension work, that is releasing of bonds, being the one to stop an abusive or less than cycle in a family or soul group. This is happening. It's happening across the board in every single reading, and for you, it's no different. So, these ancestors and angels are here to help you. They keep reminding you to see things from the bigger picture, from a different perspective, and also to change your perception of things. Keep those intentions right. When you are in that space of thinking it's you've done something wrong, blah, 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 as we say to ourselves, shift that right away. You have to catch that thought right away, or it goes out into the universe and it becomes your reality. That's why we continue to repeat these patterns if we don't stop it. Persevere. Keep your thoughts as clean and pure and from a love's point of view as you possibly can. You're releasing the ancestral. You're reflecting on these things that have happened in the past that you need to let go. Connect with those emotions. Do not let them boil up and affect the way that you live your life. The healing is here. The healing is here. And the win. The win is here for everyone. Whatever that win may be for you. Wow, Taurus. I love this reading for you. It's beautiful. I hope this resonates. I'm going to leave it here. I hope these energies are ones that you can work with. Again, if this doesn't resonate with you, check your other signs. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And I am going to send you love and healing energy and blessings. Until next time, take care.